everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to have you here again for another video. I know that last week I mentioned that I wanted to try a new video format to see how it went and what you guys saw, and I personally love it. I think it's easier for me to do, as well as I think the message that I want to get across with my art pieces comes across better with that format. So with that being said, we're going to continue with this format and do another time-lapse for you today. I wanted to give you a little backstory on this piece. This piece I originally did in high school, and I used watercolors. And during this point in my life and artistic career, if you will, I had not really had any formal training. I was in art classes throughout high school and middle school, but I was always above the other students. And so my teachers just kind of opened up the studio to let me create and use different mediums and to kind of learn on my own. And I was just responsible for turning in a piece when everybody else did. As long as I was able to demonstrate that I knew the fundamentals, which, you know, in basic middle school / high school art is, you know, perspective, sometimes figure drawing. I think it's important, but it doesn't happen very often, things like that. So I did this piece, and when I did it, I originally knew that I wanted the elements to be included to be a face, because my senior project in high school was to learn how to do portraits, and I wanted to learn how to do portraits in different mediums. So I did about 12 different pieces, each of them consisting of a portrait of some sort, and each of them was in a different medium. So this was part of that, and I chose to do watercolor, and the face, which was originally just gray, which I emulated in this new piece, and the flowers were red, purple, and blue, and there was a koi fish versus a betta fish. So when I set out to do this piece, I did it for my mom for her birthday, because it's something that she's been asking me to redo for a really, really long time. And I finally was like, you know what, I want to do it. I want to see the direct comparison of the artwork that I did years ago when I was in high school and what I'm producing now, to see if I'm actually improving. And I would say there is a massive, massive improvement. Yeah, so if you guys wanted to see the original piece of artwork, I won't have it in this video because I wanted this video to be focused on the new piece and the stories that I wanted to tell you guys along the lines of that. But the old piece will be on my Instagram. I will have that in the description down below so that you guys can check it out if you want to see the direct comparison between the old piece that I drew in high school and the new piece now in 2021. Anyways, yeah, so that's the backstory on this and why I decided to do it. It was a redo of a high school art piece. Now, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this, I thought for a while that I kind of wanted to do exactly the same thing that I did in high school and just try to like completely replicate it using the same colors, same flowers, same type of fish, so forth. And I decided kind of last minute that I wanted to change that up because I thought overall the composition of the piece was just not very good. When I was in high school, I had no idea what composition was and the importance of it, but I knew I wanted all of those elements, so I just threw them together in a piece and called it good. Now I don't feel like this new piece is quite there compositionally. I do feel like it has more movement than the other piece, but I still think it needs something more to kind of bring each of the elements together a little bit better, but that's besides the point. Yeah, so the mediums that I chose to do with the new piece were charcoal for the face, so keeping with the black and gray color scheme, and then I decided to use Copic markers and alcohol markers for the colored elements, and then Prismacolor colored pencil to go in and add some depth and dimension to the markers. So I stuck was sort of the same idea. I changed the fish because I wanted something that had more flow. I tried to get it to kind of wrap around. I wanted the face to be more beautiful and vibrant, and I wanted you to see the curls in her hair because me and my siblings and my brother, we all have curly hair, and so where this is going to my mom, I thought it would only be fitting to include curly hair again. So we decided to do some curly hair, which the original piece, by the way, had no hair. I had no idea how to do it, so I just stuck with the eyes, the lips, the nose, and some sort of wash of gray for the rest of the face. So this time I really wanted to show that I had improved in drawing eyes and lips and noses and faces and hands, and show that I really have improved over the years. So the face took me the longest time. Holy Hannah. But it was fun. I did learn that it's really hard to find a good paper when you're choosing to do a multimedia piece. And for this piece, I settled on marker paper because in my head, I thought, okay, marker paper tends to be smooth. So if I'm using charcoal and blending stumps, then the charcoal should be able to move around the paper really, really easy. And no, I was sorely mistaken. It was quite the opposite. Pretty much I learned pretty quickly on that as soon as I laid any pigment from the charcoal down on the paper, it was where it was going to be. And there was plenty of times where I had to hold my desk down with my hands and put so much pressure into those blending stumps just to get it to move around so that I could get a super smooth surface for the skin. So I want to say about halfway through the face, I was like, you know what? Maybe doing it on this paper was not a good idea. But I pushed through because I knew that with markers, it's harder to do them on other paper. So I was like, you know what? I have it drawn. I have it started. I'm going to push through and just hope that it turns out great. And I do have to say that I'm really, really proud with how it turned out. But it was a lot of work, and it took me a lot more time than I had anticipated, simply because I chose probably the worst paper to use charcoal on. So I'll let you guys know that story so you don't have to go through the same mistake that I did. But yeah, overall, that's a little bit of story behind this piece. And I kind of wanted to talk about some Mother's Day stuff with you guys, because Mother's Day is coming up around the corner, and because this piece was for my mom, I thought that this was fitting to kind of put the two together. So I did a little bit of research because I honestly did not know the history of Mother's Day, and I was curious. So I wanted to share just a brief synopsis of what I found about the history of Mother's Day with you guys, and I wanted to specifically recite some poetry as well during this piece that will be directed towards my mom, to show that I love her and I appreciate her. So I hope that you guys stay tuned to listen to that, and maybe you could share this with your mom, your Mother's Day, and you could say, you know, these words just resonated with me and I wanted to share them with you. And I would love to hear you guys' stories if you do share it with your moms down below and their reactions. And I hope to share my story with you guys down below and how she reacts to it when she sees it. But anyways, going to the history of Mother's Day. So, Mother's Day, from what I've found, was started about 1905 by a girl named Anna Jarvis. And she started Mother's Day as a way of honoring the sacrifices that mothers made for their children. So it didn't actually officially become a holiday until 1914, when President Woodrow Wilson signed a measure officially establishing the second Sunday in May as Mother's Day. So I think going forward from that and taking away from that, I kind of knew the basic story of it, but I think that sometimes with these holidays, the real true story behind them gets lost over time. And I wanted to make sure that I was celebrating Mother's Day the way that it was intended to be celebrated. So now you guys know, and now I know, and I luckily will get to continue how I've been celebrating Mother's Day. And I'm going to share a little bit of that with you guys through this video. So thank you everybody again for listening. This part is going to be, I'm going to address directly to my mom. And Mom, I wanted to say that I love you, and thank you for being so supportive of me and my art and my career, and thank you for pushing me to redo this piece. And now I have a beautiful piece that I get to show off and talk about in a story to explain about you and your influence in my life, and I think that that's amazing. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. These ones are for you. Mom, from the time I was really young, I realized I had someone. You. Someone who always cared, who always protected me, who was always there for me no matter what. You taught me right from wrong and pushed me to do the right thing, even when it was hard to do. You took care of me when I was sick, and your love helped make me well. You had rules, and I learned that when I obeyed them, my life was simpler, better, richer. You were, and are, the guiding light of my life. My heart is filled with love for you, my teacher, my friends, my mother. This poem is called Guiding Light, and was written by Karl and Joanna Fuchs, I believe is their last name. And I just thought it was beautiful. This is also from one of the same authors, specifically Joanna. Mom, I wish I had words to tell how much you mean to me. I am the person that I am today because you let me be. Your unconditional love made me happy, strong, secure. Your teaching and example made me confident and mature. In all the world, there is no mother better than my own. You're the best and the wisest person, Mom, I have ever known. Thank you, Mom, again, for being a support system, for being my encourager, for being my teacher, for being my mentor, for being my friend. Thank you. Thank you again, guys, for watching my video. Again, if you like what you're seeing, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It helps me and the channel so that I can create more content for you guys in the future. Now, I'll leave you to it. I hope you guys like the rest of the video, and we'll check back in at the end. Thank you guys again for watching my channel. Your support means the world to me, and even if you watch just a minute of this video, you have helped me and helped me follow my dream and my career. And I'm so grateful for you. You're making my dreams come true. Again, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. What is your favorite part of this video? What do you think of the piece? Did it turn out how you were expecting? I know I was shocked. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It helps me and it helps the channel and it helps me be able to create more content for you. I love all of you guys. We'll see you next week.